Hi, I'm Roberta. I work at Twin Oaks Elementary School, and it's a privilege to be on this podcast with my student Elizabeth. This year I taught my students how to present TED Talks, and I felt like this was a really important opportunity for them because it allowed the students to be engaged in their education. Oftentimes students are being given assignments and outlines and different projects where there are specific requirements for what they need to do. And for the TED Talks, they were allowed to choose a topic that they were passionate about and then take that passion into the classroom and present it to the students. When we delegate what the students have to do, then they're not as engaged as when they're learning from what they've chosen. And so having 20 students choose 20 different topics about things that they're interested in, then what happens is the student on their own becomes more confident, they're more knowledgeable about something that they're interested in, then they become more passionate about it, they're more engaged in their learning. And then when you have 20 students doing 20 different things, all of those students then learn about various topics. Part of the TED Talk was that they had to engage their audience at their level, and so they had to choose. The only curriculum that they were given is that they had to choose a topic where it was at an age appropriate level, and then they had to take that information, research their topic at home, and then present statistics, different facts, and different knowledge pertaining to that topic. And I was really blown away to see what the students were able to do. They were able to go beyond what they thought that they could do. When you really raise the expectations that you place on your students and you give them challenges, they rise beyond what they themselves think that they can do. And through the TED Talks, you were able to see this, and everyone was really excited. At first, they were really nervous, and then afterwards, when they started to present, they gained more confidence. In the end, what they learned is by taking their own passion and engaging themselves in their own learning, is that they see that they're more capable of what they can do in the world and to bring to the world themselves.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and today I'll be talking to you about women's rights. I would like to start with a simple question. How many of you would like to be successful when you grow up? Raise your hands. Or in this case, just successful. Look around. If success is something everyone wants, then why isn't it equally accessible to everyone? In other words, if we all have the same dreams, then why don't we all have the same opportunities? Now, I already told you what I'm going to be giving my presentation about, but now let me tell you why I chose this topic and why it's important to me. The two reasons I chose this topic is because firstly, I don't want to grow up in a world where I'm treated differently than men. I want to grow up in a world where everyone is treated the same, and I don't just mean men compared to women. I also mean every race, religion, and disabled person. We should all be equals, because at the end of the day, we're all more alike than we realize. The second reason why I chose this topic was not because I was in a rush and needed to choose a topic fast, but because this was an important time and event in history, and I wanted to learn more about and how women's rights has evolved so much since the olden times. We're living in a world where not many people know about the history of women's rights, and I thought that this was an amazing way to spread the word and encourage people to learn more about this time in history. Even though we're not always so treated the same as men, I'm still glad that we have evolved this much, and how now women have the right to do so many things they never even had the chance to do years ago. Now you can see female truck drivers, female engineers, and female pilots, and I'm grateful for that. But all this didn't just happen right away. Let me start by the very beginning, when women first won the right to vote. Many women across Canada were granted the right to vote in 1916, but women in Quebec were only granted the right to vote on April 18, 1940. Even though you might not think that this was such a big deal, imagine not being able to have a say in things that are happening in your everyday life. Take our uniforms, for example. We didn't have a say in whether or not we should have them. It was our parents, even though we're the ones who have to wear them every day. Women are living people on this earth who should have had a say in what was going on around them, but they didn't. Emily Murphy, Nellie McClung, Irene Parbury, Henrietta Meir Edwards, and Louise McKinney, also known as the Famous Five, were all Albertan women who fought for women's rights to vote and be part of their country's future. During that time, though, women were unable to be part of the government, which brings me to my next topic on how women earned the right to run as candidates. In 1927, the women asked the Supreme Court of Canada, Canada's highest court, does the word persons from the BNA Act include female persons? For those who don't know, the BNA Act united 4 colonies, which were Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Ontario, and Quebec, into one country, which is Canada. After 5 weeks of debate, the Supreme Court decided that the word persons did not include women, which is unbelievable, because the word person should include all genders, male or female. After that, they convinced the Government of Canada to talk to the Privy Council in England, Canada's highest court at the time, about their decision. On October 18, 1929, the Councillor of the Privy Council announced their decision. He said that the exclusion of women from all public offices is a relic of days more cruel than ours. And to those who ask why the word person should include women, the answer is, why should it not? After that, women were allowed to join the government. These women changed history forever. And they also showed many people that if you strongly believe in something, you shouldn't just give up your hopes because you think it's too hard, but that you should fight for what you believe in. And maybe one day it'll work out. But you also can't think that it'll happen in a few seconds, but that things like this take time and effort. Most men never had to fight for their rights, but women did. Although most women were too scared, these 5 women took charge and changed history, not only for them, but for the women who are standing here today. Since women want more rights than they had ever had in years, things in their everyday life changed too, including them getting a better education. After they gained the right to vote, schools increased the money spent on their female students by 13.9% within 5 years. More women were also enrolled in school. If women never gained the right to vote, then none of this would have ever happened. If that were the case, then half of the people in this room right now, and nearly half of the world, wouldn't be in school right now. Which is odd, because if we all want the same things, and we all have the same dreams, then why don't we all have the same opportunities? School is something most people take for granted. And I know it might be boring, and you'd probably rather be at home right now, sleeping or playing video games. But we're lucky we're even in school right now. So many people back then thought that the only place for a woman was in the home. Or they thought that men were smarter than women, and that women were useless, and that men can make more of a difference in life. But they were wrong. So many women made a difference in people's lives without anyone needing to believe in them. While men may have invented lots of things, you would never believe the things women invented without needing an amazing education. They invented the airplane muffler, Barbie dolls, beer, bulletproof fiber, a car heater, the GIF animation, chocolate chip cookies, and many more. But by far, the most amazing thing that women created was 8 billion people. This was all without needing an A+ education. Now, I'm not saying we should all drop out of school, but I just want to let everyone know that women are strong, they are useful, and they can grow to be successful. Women can do anything men can do, and they might even do it better. Since women got better education, they also got better careers. Before they joined the government, they didn't have the opportunity to choose between a career or staying at home. Their job was to clean the house, take care of the children, and make the food. Now women can be anything they want without any limitations. Back then, men had all the careers, like being a truck driver, engineer, or pilot, because those were considered male jobs. Now you can see female truck drivers, female engineers, and female pilots. Although, there are still inequalities in this world that women have to go through, like not getting paid as much as men do. Whether you believe it or not, in Canada, women still get paid lower salaries than men. Most women get paid 87 to 89 cents for every dollar that men earn. But if you are a Black, Indigenous, or racialized woman, or a woman with disabilities, you could get paid as low as 54 to 66 cents for every dollar that men earn, even though they're doing the same amount of work. This just comes to show that no matter how much society has evolved since the 1900s, there are still so many inequalities in place even though they shouldn't be. Who's ever gotten in trouble at school while somebody else also involved didn't get in trouble? Think about how that made you feel. Think about how women feel getting paid lower salaries than men. What's happening in both of these situations is called an inequality, which relates to my topic because women also had to suffer through all of the inequalities that were happening to them back then and that are still happening right now. I would like to conclude my presentation with a quote by Michelle Obama. There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish, which in other words means every woman is strong, independent, and fearless. no matter what anyone else thinks. Thank you.
Elizabeth, so how did you feel when you got the TED Talk assignment?
I was nervous to speak in front of the whole class because it's not something we did before, but I was also excited that we got to choose our own topic because it felt like it opened up more like topics for us to speak about, so it was like really fun.
How did you go about choosing your topic?
At first, I was going to choose my topic to be, I kind of forgot actually, but I think it was something to do with accepting people. But my parents and my family, actually, all the women in my family are pretty much all feminists, including my cousin. She's like the biggest feminist I know. And they kind of like persuaded me to choose women's rights as my topic. And it's not something many people like in our grade talk about a lot, or like what teachers talk about to us. So I found it was a good way to tell everyone like how women got the right to be here, like earned the right to be here right now.
You're saying that a lot of the women in your family are feminists, so you obviously know a lot about the topic, which I think is amazing. And you're right, a lot of people don't know about what it means to be a feminist. Did you learn anything new when you were researching your topic that you didn't know before?
I never knew that women still got paid lower salaries than men. That really shocked me.
I agree completely. What do you think you're going to do in the future to help women and to advocate on behalf of women?
I definitely want to do protests, like have protests to obviously make sure that women get paid the same amount as men, because that would be my first thing to do, because when I grow up, I want to be a homicide detective. So it's like something mostly men do, because you don't see women homicide detectives very much.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like in that career, women probably do get paid lower salaries than men, and I would want to stop that because I don't want to get paid 87 to 89 cents while men are making $1, because it's just not fair. It's not right.
Of course, when you're doing the same job, right?
Yeah.
And when you talked about how you really enjoyed the experience because you got to choose your own topic, can you talk a little bit more about that? How does it make you feel to know that you actually are able to take some action and make some choices and have some options about your own education in the classroom?
It was fun having a change in studies and topics. So, and I'm pretty sure that our whole class was happy about that because they got to choose. They got to use their own likings or dislikes to choose what they would like to talk about, not the teacher's likes and dislikes.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think this affected your confidence and the confidence of the other students in the class being able to have this experience?
Well, first of all, we got to choose our own topic. So it was like if we picked a bad topic, then we wouldn't get a very good grade. So it was like you had to choose a good topic, and it was fun, and it was something that you've never done, and the confidence you have to speak in front of the whole class is overwhelming for sure. Everyone was texting each other all the time, oh, I'm so nervous, I'm so nervous. But when you get up there, you're like sweating and you're like shaking. But when you start talking, it starts to feel like it's a whole family, you know? Because I know that it's way different speaking and doing my TED Talk in front of my mom or my dad than it was doing it in front of the whole class. Because you don't know the whole class as much as you know your parents, and you know that they won't judge you, but you're not sure what the students will do. But doing that helped me understand that the kids in our class were like amazing. Nobody made fun of your topic. Nobody made fun if you forgot a line or stuttered a bit. They were all just supporting you the whole time. Mm-hmm. So it really helped us get closer and tighter with our classmates.
Yeah, I think it helped you get connected, right, to your classmates as well. I agree. And what did you learn from the other students and their speeches?
There was a lot of different topics. I remember Layla's, hers was suicide, and it was really cool. because you got to learn about so many topics that you don't usually think about.
What's your takeaway? How do you think this experience is going to impact your education when you go to grade 7?
In grade 7, I feel like you might need to do more projects where you would have to speak in front of the whole school or in front of the whole class. And doing this, speaking in front of the whole class, really upped my ability and upped my confidence to speak to other people in front of other people.
I think that's amazing. I think you're amazing.
I think you're amazing too.